Hi, okay, so this is actually going to be the beginning of my After the Fact series, which the series is about devices that I've had and now talking about after the fact that I've since got rid of them or sold them. What's probably going to happen in this series is usually I'll talk about what I've missed now that I've sold the device, or what I was pretty sure I got right the first time, or maybe maybe I didn't give enough credit to a device. So that's what the After the Fact series is. Downside of the After the Fact series is because I no longer have the device, I don't really have anything, I don't have it to do any nice vision B-roll or whatnot, or can answer your questions if you have any further questions about the device. So it's more like a walk through memory lane. Anyway, let me start with a story.
Let me take y'all back, man.
It was 2013. I was living in London, and the favorite store I loved to browse was PC Curry's. For those that don't know, PC Curry's is like the English version of Best Buy. Now, one day I walked in, and right there on the Google book, the 2013 Chromebook Pixel. It was a beautiful machine. The way they had it there, they had the light shining on it on both sides. The keyboard felt magnificent. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, here was a machine with the best display that ever graced a laptop form factor. I mean, in 2013 was literally the best in terms of, viewing angles, colors, pixels, and it was touchscreen to boot. I'm serious. Never been done on a laptop before, and here it was on a Chromebook. Now, 2013 was a time where everyone was pretty much scoffing at Chrome OS, so the fact that this game was on a Pixel was pretty much, mind blown. The trackpad, the glass trackpad was fantastic. The typing on those keys felt like luxury. I was so salty to all the people who went to Google Developer Conference and got that 2013 Chromebook Pixel for free. I mean, despite the hardware perfection, that device, the very first Pixel device was, hardware perfection, it was also not really a device anyone could really recommend because it was $1,300. It only had 32 gigabytes of RAM, 5 hours of battery life, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Like, you couldn't really do much on yet besides, web browsing in style. Although, of course, you could, get Linux on it. It was one of the ways you can just, if you boot it into developer mode, but then you would be limited by the fact that it had 32 gigabytes of SSD storage, and again, only 4 gigabytes of RAM. $1,300, it was a dumb sale, really, but still, that doesn't mean it didn't deserve to be admired from afar. Now, at the time, the reason why I think Google created the Chrome OS, Google created the Pixel 2013 was for it to be a hero device to let other manufacturers know that, hey, you can make premium Chromebooks and, they can aspire to be this. The 2013 Chromebook Pixel was a success, or it started the ball rolling very well because, since then, Dell, HP, and, now even Samsung, which rules the roost of having the best Chromebook on the market now, have made, premium Chromebook devices. Anyway, this is all, in the past. This video isn't about the 2013 Chromebook Pixel. It's about the 2015 Chromebook Pixel, which really refined to perfection everything that came out on the 2013 Chromebook Pixel. Now, I was able to buy the 2015 Chromebook Pixel on Swappa for about $430. If I had, shopped sooner for it, I could have gotten it for around $350 on Newegg. Darn, but oh well. When I was looking to buy this 2015 Chromebook Pixel, I had some, acceptance in my mind. One was that, the battery life wasn't going to be great. The Chromebook 2015, when it first came out, actually had 12-hour battery life, fantastic battery life, but that's 5 years ago. So I wasn't expecting, that same great, stunning battery life. I also was not expecting it to have support for Android apps, which I remember reading in an article a few years ago. And 3, I wasn't really in the mood when I bought the 2015 Chromebook Pixel to, do what I did when I had my own Chromebook, the Dell Chromebook, back in 2014, which was putting in developer mode and adding Linux on it. I really wasn't in the mood to do all that. I just wanted to say, I owned a 2015 Chromebook Pixel. I was able to actually buy the ludicrous Speed model, which had 16 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. Again, the 12-hour battery life I mentioned before, and it had two, USB-C ports on either side and USB-A ports, which was fantastic. And it was, power delivery compliant as well. So really, it was at 2015. In terms of hardware, I think, in my opinion, it easily beat the 2015 MacBook Pro. Now, when I got the 2015 Chromebook Pixel, I was very surprised and happy to see that it actually did support Android apps. I was correct about the battery life. The battery life Chromebook I had was only 5 hours, which was ironically the same amount of time the 2013 Chromebook lasted. Turning on the Chromebook Pixel 2015 was pretty much like riding a bicycle. It's just the system is so easy to use. And I should say I used the 2015 Chromebook Pixel for about 4 months. And in that 4-month period, I actually never touched my MacBook Pro 2015. Sorry. In that 4 months, things that I enjoyed on that Chromebook were the tactile feel of its keyboard. I also enjoyed its SD card slot and being able to receive, Android messages on the Chromebook Pixel. It was actually reminded me of, receiving iMessages on a MacBook. And also, this was surprising. Performance on StreamYard on the Chromebook Pixel was miles better than on my MacBook Pro. The reason probably for that was the RAM, my MacBook Pro only has 8 gigabytes, and because I'm using StreamYard on the Chrome web browser, on the Chromebook, which has 16 gigabytes of RAM, I'm sure that's what contributed to the better experience. And really, the only thing I actually didn't like using the Chromebook Pixel 2015, I need to get that name right in my head, was actually the Android apps. Using Android apps on that Chromebook was a very inconsistent experience. For instance, Snapseed, which is like my favorite photo editor on Android, it worked 1 month, and then another month it wouldn't work. And there was actually an issue with, duality. There's a duality when on the Chromebook between its Android side and its, Chrome OS side. I would have to sometimes decide, okay, how do I want to use a service? With something like YouTube. Do I want to use the YouTube app, or do I want to use the YouTube on the web browser? And for a time, what I was actually doing was, I would try to use them for separate accounts. And for the most part, I actually enjoyed using it on the Android side, funny enough, because, it gave me the ability to download videos, or give me picture-in-picture in a more movable way. And, some Android apps didn't really play well at all on the Chromebook Pixel in terms of performance. And by this, I'm talking about Lightroom. The Lightroom app was not great. It actually, which is a surprise to me. Lightroom did much better on literally in any other Android phone on an 8 series chip than on this, on the Chromebook Pixel 2015. My only actually regrets now that I've sold the Chromebook Pixel 2015 was that I guess I should have, put it on developer mode and just started using Linux apps, because I'm sure I would have really enjoyed using the Chromebook Pixel then. I probably would have, what would I have used? Oh, well, a different web browser for sure, like maybe Brave browser or Firefox, that's for sure. But actually, on the subject of apps, I also tried out some games on the Chromebook Pixel, and they played very well. That was a surprise there. So what is the purpose of this video? Because this has just been like a story time sort of. So anyway, my main point of making this video is, while I was using the Chromebook Pixel 2015, I am very much of the mindset that device was pretty much the peak of the Pixel brand in Google. Because if you guys remember, the Pixel brand was supposed to be Google's premium lineup of devices. And the Pixel 2015, I would argue, was it. It was the perfect hardware and vanguard of Chrome OS, for certainly. And some might argue that that the Pixel Book might actually get that award, and I would disagree. No, you would be wrong. Actually, you'd be wrong simply because the Pixel Book tries to marry its Android side with its Chrome OS side, and it ultimately fails because Google does not do Android well at all on a large screen for Chromebooks and tablets. The Chromebook Pixel 2015 was peak Pixel. And if you would disagree with me, I would implore you that you look now at the state of Pixel. Nobody really much cares about the Pixel 4 or the Pixel 4 XL. They're all in adoration of the Pixel 4a, and everyone is pretty much looking forward to the Pixel 4a 5G. Oh yeah, and there's going to be a Pixel 5, which is going to have the same chipset as the Pixel 4a 5G. Rumored. I don't know. I get this from Jerome. You guys know, you should know, I don't pay attention to these leaks at all. But I'm just saying, once Pixel came onto phones, the Pixel stock plummeted real fast. Everyone was interested about the first Pixel. Everyone liked the pictures it took. And everyone was curious that it had an 821 processor when, phones came out with 820 processor. And then the Pixel 2 came out, and it had its hardware and software troubles, which, Google was finally managed to patch, fix it in post. And then the Pixel 3 came out. And funny enough, that had the same problems as when the Pixel 2 came out. But, Google was able to fix those in post as well. And then the Pixel 4 came out. That had, its own unique set of problems. But those were hardware problems, and it's kind of hard to fix a hardware problem in post. And by hardware, I'm talking about battery, and I'm speaking about the Pixel 4. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave Google now? Because Google has pretty much diluted their Pixel brand with the 3A and the 4A, which everybody now loves and they now trust, and which are now, budget-minded devices. I don't know. I think that sort of means either Google just brings back the Nexus line, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think maybe Google needs a new premium hardware lineup. And what would you think that would be? Curious. You guys put your comments down below. But thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk. You guys stay cozy. Ooh, there was one hardware problem of the Chromebook Pixel 2015. That was its webcam. It was garbage. I mean, seriously, that camera was able to give me deep fried video images, even photo images. Like this is what came out of that webcam. Yeah, like crispy.